Good afternoon, all. It's time for operation, so I guess we should start because it's very limited time session and there is a subsequent session. So welcome all and good afternoon. I, Dr. Ameya Dhatrak, along with Dr. Devyani, here at the IIPSM Youth Conclave 2021. It is with the special excitement that I am pleased to welcome delegates to the Sushila Nair Memorial Young Public Health Leader Oration. We have Dr. Surekha Kishore and Dr. MP Tambe as a chairperson for this oration. It is my privilege to introduce our chairperson, Dr. Surekha Kishore ma'am, the first executive director of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Gorakhpur. Earlier served as the dean at AIIMS Rishikesh. She received her Doctor of Medicine from MGIMS Sevagram. Madam has 30 years of experience in teaching, training of medical, paramedical and non-teaching staff, as well as field functionaries related to health. All her work had been mainly community-based, especially related to reproductive, child and adolescent health. She had participated in more than 10 international and around 25 national and intramural projects. She has received many national awards and published more than 80 articles in various journals. Madam has organized national conferences, training program, and workshop at national, state, and district level. Welcome, ma'am. Dr. Surika, ma'am, we can't hear you. I guess she lost the connection.
Amar, I think we've lost Surekha ma'am from here. We'll have to wait a couple of minutes and
Okay.
let's
Yes,
hope
sir.
she gets connected.
Yes. Lost. She joined again. Good afternoon, ma'am. We can see you, but your mic is muted.
No, is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Should we start, ma'am? It's
Yeah,
almost time.
please go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Devani, please again present the share the screen.
Yes, sir. External.
Good afternoon, all. It's my privilege to introduce our chairperson. We have Dr. Surekha Madam as our chairperson for this oration. Dr. Surekha Kishore Madam, the first executive director of AIIMS Gorakhpur, earlier served as the dean at AIIMS Rishikesh. She received her Doctor of Medicine from MGIMS Sevagram. Madam has 30 years of vast experience in teaching, training of medical, paramedical, and non-teaching staff, as well as field functionaries related to health. All her work had been mainly community-based, especially related to reproductive, child, and adolescent health. She has participated in more than 10 international and around 25 national and intramural projects. She has received many national awards and published more than 80 articles in various journals. Madam has organized national conferences, training program, and workshop at national and state and district level. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
I request our chairperson please chair the session and to take our session forward. Dr. Surika, madam, over to you. Thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. First and foremost, at the outset, I would like to thank the organizing team for giving me this opportunity to be chairing this session of Professor Sushila Nayar Oration Award. And for me, it is a great honor, and I'm really thankful to all of you. It is a real honor to chair this session, as Sushila Bhanji had been my guide, and Honorable Sushila Bhanji's, I think we all of us are aware of her achievements and her dedication to the field of public health. And I'm happy and glad that we initiated this, oration and this activity which has been planned by MGMS. Hats off and commendable job. And I welcome all the participants of this activity, today's Oration Award activity. And I welcome the speaker also. Speaker Dr. Senthil. Dr. Senthil, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, I can hear
So
you.
the first, our speaker, today's speaker is Senthil Amudan. He is from Nimhans, and he is going to, give this oration. And now I will hand over to Dr. Senthil for reading out his oration. Dr.
Thank you,
Senthil,
ma'am.
up to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the introductions. A very good afternoon to respected chairperson, delegates, participants in virtual forum, and organizing committee of IAPSM Young Leaders National Conclave 2021. It is a unique honor and opportunity for me to be able to deliver oration in the name of a great legend, Dr. Sushila Nayar, who is remembered for her selfless and multifarious contributions in bringing healthcare services accessible to the poor and underprivileged living in the rural villages. Today, I'm going to present on the topic which pervades everyone but is often ignored. They say that health without mental health is incomplete. Focusing on this, I'm going to narrate my journey of taking mental health literacy to the rural community. To start off, I would like to quote Edmund Burke, who said that those who carry on great public schemes must be proof against the most fatiguing delays, the most mortifying disappointments, the most shocking insults, and most of all, the presumptuous judgments of the ignorance upon their designs. I would like to add upon to these statements while I will be talking, which I will be talking at the end of my presentation. I have organized my presentations using 7 I's, which are the usual sequential steps that are followed in any public health effort, namely impedance, followed by ideas, innovations, and implementations, followed by inspiration, improvement, and intensification. Public health throws a lot of challenges. It was a tough transition for me to shift from maternal child health to mental health when I joined Nimhans in 2012. At that time, and even now, there is a high burden of mental disorders in India. There is a huge treatment gap for mental disorders, with about only 1 out of 10 people receiving appropriate care for mental health services. This gap was observed disproportionately more in rural India due to stigma, ignorance, and lack of access to health services. Further, the health systems in India are also geared towards treatment of infectious disorders and other non-communicable diseases, ignoring mental health. Added to this, there was a contrasting difference between public health specialists and psychiatrists in approaching the community. The psychiatrists want to approach the community using a pathogenic or disease-oriented approach, while we, the public health specialists, wanted to approach the community through a holistic or health promotion approach. Thus, there is a need to bridge both. If not we, then who will? We build upon our strength with community and community work and decided to empower the community by creating awareness about mental health to reduce the treatment gap. But how do we start? Because mental health is as highly cultural sensitive issues, and we have a limited experience of in public mental health when we started. But however, we know that we learned a lot about field from ASHAs. Using that strength, we decided to target the ASHAs to reach the community. Having decided that we will train the ASHAs using a training manual, we received a lot of criticism saying that there are a lot of manuals in mental health. We asked them, Yes, there are a lot of manuals in mental health, but none has been developed exclusively for ASHAs. A manual developed for staff nurse, ANMs, and doctors cannot be adapted to ASHAs because ASHAs have limited competencies and skills. They are from the community with limited medical background. So we justified ourselves to develop a mental health resource guide for ASHAs. However, this came with a lot of challenges. The manual that we developed should be more pragmatic and simplify the complex languages or issues in psychiatry. The manual that we develop should also motivate the overburdened ASHAs towards mental health. It also should be in line with the training manual for other health professionals. Given the shortage of psychiatrists in our country, the manual should be user-friendly to health professionals other than psychiatrists for training the ASHAs. Public health provides as many ideas as possible as it provides challenges. We want to give as much as possible and as best as possible to the community, but what do we have? So we decided to pitch on systematicness and scientificness. It is said that the most difficult thing in the world is simplification. So we pitched on simplifications and moved away from the conventional practice. Usually what happens is that a manual is developed using the top-down approach where an expert writes the manual and it is field tested, or using a bottom-up approach where the field worker writes the manual and it's validated by the experts. In both the cases, using expertise and experiences, experience takes upper hand in bottom-up approach, and while the expertise takes the upper hand in top-down approach without accounting for the expectations or needs by the community. So we decided to use an integrated approach by combining a top-down and bottom-up approach simultaneously, by involving the community, by making the ASHAs and ASHA mentors to participate in our development. This strategy has helped us to match the expertise, experience, and expectations of the community. With good intentions, a systematic and scientifically conceived ideas to tackle the challenge always leads to innovations. Mental health has a diverse collection of disorders, and addressing all of them may not be possible and feasible in the community. So we decided to prioritize the mental disorders. Accordingly, we have prioritized the mental disorders into 6 major categories. That includes substance use disorders, depression, psychosis, and dementia. After prioritizations, we decided to put these disorders into a life course framework so that when ASHAs encounters adolescents in her community, she should focus predominantly on substance use disorders. When she comes across adults in the community, she should focus predominantly on depression and psychosis. When she comes across an elderly issue in her community, she should know that she should focus on dementia. I would like to emphasize at this point that this is the place where we would have differed from psychiatrists who would have classified these disorders into disorders of mood, disorders of thought, disorders of behavior, which may not be much appropriate and appealing to our ASHAs. Having prioritized the disease and formed a life course framework, we then decided to define the roles and responsibilities to increase the sense of onus and community involvement. Accordingly, the roles and responsibilities of the ASHAs were defined based on desk review, inputs from experts, and discussions with ASHAs. A final model called IRIS model was developed. IRIS stands for Identification, Respond, Inform, and Support. The key responsibilities were then mapped to these key identified roles. Using prioritizations and using the life course framework and the IRIS models, we developed a mental health training manual in English for the prioritized disorders. The challenge now is to translate these English manuals to adapt it to the local language, which is Kannada for our state. So we decided to use again a systematic, scientific, and culturally appropriate method where, in addition to the conventional forward-backward translations, which ensured semantic and vocabulary equivalence, we decided to use conceptual translation, where 2 translation checkers with adequate experience in the field were asked to recheck and revise the translated versions to ensure conceptual equivalence and experiential equivalence. Finally, we developed a mental health training manual in the Kannada language. At the same time, using the English language, we decided to develop a pedagogy using UNESCO's guidelines for teaching and training. The main focus of developing this pedagogy was to shift from the conventional didactic teaching and didactic reading to more interactive discussions, group activities, and relating to real-life situations. We have provided sample pedagogy that comprises of objectives, expected outcomes, procedures. We have developed this for each of the disorders. Given the shortage of psychiatrists, we intentionally have used non-specialist health workers to train the ASHAs. Unanimously, we got input from the Ashas that they will not be able to participate in a training that extends beyond 1 day because they have to look after the family also. Unlike the staff nurses and ANMs whose profession is to take care of and who can dedicate the time for 3 weeks or a week for training, it was an unanimous input from the Ashas that they will not be, they do not want to have a training beyond 1 day. Understanding the sentiments, we standardize our training into 1-day training program by timing and sessioning our topics. We then reached our final testing day to answer the questions raised by our critics. The first training program was conducted in Kolar district, which is our public health observatory of NIMHANS, among 60 deputed Ashas in 2 days. The training was assessed scientifically using a pre and post-test design, using a validated structured questionnaires and clinical vignette. The results came. There was a significant improvement in knowledge and belief about mental health. Participants' ability to recognize mental disorders was improved, and there was a reduction in stigmatizing attitude. All these were the key components of mental health literacy. Like we have applause for the artist, we received a positive feedback from the participants. This table, we value this table as a magic table, which was key, which provided a key impetus for us to extend our activities further to the other community, to the other peoples. The news. The positive response about our training has reached the district surgeons and the then district administrator of the Kolar districts, who have requested us to extend this training to all the Ashas of the entire districts. A team was formed under the mentorship of our director, Professor Gururaj, and our head, Professor Girish. And in a span of a month, the whole of all Ashas of the entire district was trained. Following this, we got further recognitions when this manual was released, was appreciated and was released by the Health Secretary of the State Government of Karnataka. I would like to emphasize that following this release, our manual was also approved as one of the key mental health resource guide for training Ashas in the entire state of Karnataka under the district mental health training program. I would also like to emphasize that the two components that played key role is the formation of team and the mentorship. At this point, I would also like to reiterate that this project did not receive any funding from any funding agencies. All that we had was the team's effort and the community support. After 2 years of initiations, our work got recognitions by entering into the finalists of British Medical Journal Award South Asia 2016 under the Healthcare Innovation of the Year categories. Briefly, BMJ Awards felicitates outstanding contributions from various fields from 12 countries across South Asian regions. One has to go through 4 stringent stages to win the award. The first stage is initial screening stage by 2 or 3 independent reviewers, followed by detailed evaluation by 6 to 7 independent experts. Then we will be called for telephonic interview. If we clear the telephonic interview, then we will be called for the final presentations in front of internationally renowned experts and international editors who would judge our projects. I'm happy to inform that we have entered into the finalist of British Medical Journal Award South Asia 2016 under Healthcare Innovation category.
Healthcare Innovation of the Year. And the finalists are Dr. Satnam Singh Chabra from Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi, India, for their project Satnam Device for Endoscopic Disc Surgery. Dr. Senthil Amudan and team from National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, India, for development of mental health care delivery model and manual for Asha, accredited social health activist in India. Dr. Ramya De Silva and team from Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Colombo, Sri Lanka, for their project, the Neonatal Transport Project.
Finally, we won the award in that sessions, and it is a great recognition for not only for our work, but also to the public health when the final nominees who are from the disciplines of pediatrics and orthopedics appreciated our effort. One of the questions that asked in the final question was, you have a good model, why can't you patent? The answer that we replied was, we did nothing. We took everything from the community. We want to give everything to the. We want to give it back to the community without looking for anything. And I think that was appreciated by most of the judges in the final sessions. Based on our experience, the manual was revised. The revised manual was released by the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare on World Health Day 2017. You can see our manual is being held by Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, who is the Chief Scientist of World Health Organizations on the event of release. They say that the strength of the nations lies in the hands of the youngsters. One of our motivated MPS students want to use this manual in their mother states. Using the similar scientific and systematic method, the manual was translated into Odia, Bengali, and Malayalam language. Following the translations, our motivated MPS students have translated the manuals into training programs, and nearly around 100 Ashas in each districts of each of the states of Odisha and West Bengal were trained. At this point, we got an input from Asha saying that, sir, we are very busy with COVID activities, and it would be beneficial to the community if you directly train the community. And it is this point that we are waiting for, the critical point or the tipping point that we are waiting for, that we want to enter the community, and we got approval from the Ashas. So finally, we decided to take the critical step, and finally, we decided to train the communities. So finally, we reached the communities, and our first community mental health training was held in the state of Kerala in the month of January 2021. The training was found to be very useful and helpful, and we got a very positive feedback from all the participants. And we realized that this is not the end, this is just the beginning of a long journey. When we have developed the manual, there was a lot of criticism that the manual was very simple. And actually, this negative criticism was a parameter of success for us, because we wanted it to be very simple, because this manual is not developed for postgraduates or a medical students or to any specialist. It is developed for a community. So we accepted that negative as our success parameters. They usually say that the beginnings of great things are always small. So summarizing my experience, I would like to summarize my experience in the following key points. Where there is a challenge, there is always an opportunity. Be systematic and scientific. Respect and value the community. Work in a team and have a mentor. Public health work is increasingly recognized. If we take our criticisms and challenges in a positive way, we can make difference if we are consistent. So I could not change the slides. So I could not make transition of my slides.
Actually, it's from your side. You are presenting the slide, so please
Sir.
make it.
Sir, please stop sharing and again start sharing. This will help
Okay.
most of the times.
Okay. Yeah. Coming back to the course by Edmund Brook, those who carry on great public health schemes must be proof against the most fatiguing delays, the most mortifying disappointments, the most shocking insults, and worst of all, the presumptuous judgments of the ignorance upon their designs. Once we recognize this challenge and we continue to provide a commitment and effort, there is no doubt that one can make great achievements in the field of public health. Our sincere thanks to all Ashas and to Dr. Jagdish, who is presently the District Tuberculosis Officer of Karnataka, for sowing the seed. At this point, I would also like to thank my teachers, Professor Karen Goswami, Professor Anand Krishnas, and Professor Rajesh Sagar from All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, for igniting the passion to pursue public mental health in me. Thank you so much. It is indeed a very great honor. I hope this presentation is in some way is fitting into the great memories of great legend Dr. Sushila Nair. We take this recognition as blessings for our future journey. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am. You are.
Senthil, very nicely presented oration. And once again, congratulations from the
Thank
organizing team on behalf of the organizing team as well as myself. And it was really very, I should say, an eye opener to all the youngsters for taking lead in creating this mental health literacy and bringing down integrated approach from top to bottom, as well as integrating the ASHA workers. And you have very rightly and very nicely pointed out the role of expertise of people who are at the top as well as the participation from the community as ASHA workers. And I'm sure you must have undergone a lot of struggle while taking up this whole thing, bringing down to the lowest level to the community, and then coming up to the highest level. So this journey, which was, I should say, a kind of inverted parabolic graph, is really admirable. And on behalf of every one of us and organizing team, I really congratulate for delivering this oration. And this oration has been awarded, as all of us know, the Dr. Sushila Nair Memorial Young Public Health Leader Oration, which has been awarded to you. It was very fruitful and you really deserve it. And once again, congratulations and best wishes from all of us to your future.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
all your teammates and other members. And I'm really, thankful to Dr. Kiran Goswami. She had been my teacher also. She was in Wardha earlier. So it is really good to know that people are bringing all those things, all those activities which we thought that they are only concentrated at the hospital or to the experts in those areas. But taking down those things to the lowest level, to the community, is something which we really admire, and hats off once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your comments. And thank you, Dr. Senthil, for your work to the society. And thank you for sharing your work with us in this conference. As you are committed to.
There are a couple of questions in the chat box. I'm not sure if those
Yes,
have
sir.
been taken.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. I will
Okay,
take this.
okay. We can, I think, take them up. Yeah. One of the question which Mandar Baviskar has asked that, sir, could you share why you chose to go into mental health from RCH? Dr. Senthil.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Actually, I was actually working in AIMS for AIMS All India New Delhi for the 7 years. And actually, the NIMHANS is close to my hometown. So I just want to balance both my professional as well as my family life. And it was an opportunity because NIMHANS already has a good reputed institute working in the area of mental health, and the Department of Epidemiology is a highly known department in the field of mental health and injuries. So I thought that this will be an opportunity for me to explore challenges also, because I have to balance both my professional and family life. Many times in public health, we have to make a lot of compromises and balances. So I want to come close to my home, and NIMHANS is the institute I felt is appropriate for me to take up both my professional as well as my personal career. So that's the reason why I have came for NIMHANS.
Okay. Anybody else besides this? Any question from any of the members who are attending this?
Yeah,
Okay,
delegates
so
can.
it's,
Yes, please go ahead.
yeah, Dr. MP, please continue. Dr. Emmy, to you.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any more comments or questions from the delegates? They can unmute their mic and they ask the question, or they can write it in the chat box. Okay, there is one more question from Dr. Mandar Paviskar. He said that, sir, do you intend to work with layperson or community health officer in the future?
It's a critical question. I have to work with both the people because they're all part of the community. We cannot say that I will work with that things. I have to work with all the people to bring change in the community.
Yes, right. That's absolutely right. In chat box, I see only 2 questions, and there is delegates can directly ask their question. They can unmute themselves and they can speak. In the meantime, I
think
thank
there
you.
are no questions.
Yes, ma'am. There are no more question. Dr. Hemant has a comment that very informative session, and also we are streaming this session live on the YouTube. So on the YouTube, there are many congratulations to you, Dr. Sentinel, and they admire your work. It's on the YouTube link. You can say
Just
see it. Yeah, yes, later on. So thank you, Dr. Sentinel, for your work to society, and thank you for sharing your work with us. I'm sure that the delegates of this conclave have insight about your work and learn the new ways to do it in a better way. Congratulations for the award for the oration, and I will take the privilege to thank you, our chairperson, on behalf of our organizing team.